FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Absolutely, it's not hopeless. Two things. One, there's hundreds of thousands of websites, news people out there telling stories from the bottom up. The problem is we don't know who to trust. Is Raw Story good? Is, The Onion? Whatever. We don't know who to trust. That's where universities come in. We validate the news sources so that the PNN site that we have, the 19 news sources, we trust those news sources. They don't lie. And it came out of this whole convention of truth emergency people that we took the news sites that we really agreed on as trustworthy news, Christian Science Monitor, BBC. And people say, oh, you got BBC, they're biased. Well, yeah, there's bias everywhere. But their news stories are pretty darn accurate. And they may leave things out, and they may not get the whole side of things. But then you've got Al Jazeera English, you've got, several other sources of news. Now, not only are we validating sites, but we'll validate stories. And if we can get 100 universities validating stories and get those up on a regular basis, we have an independent news network that newspapers, independent radio stations, the Fairbanks people are going to use our PNN site to do their daily news. And that's very doable. Now think about this. You drink beer? Okay. You ever drink beer? You know the difference between an ale, an IPA, and Budweiser? Okay, all right. There's a big difference. But in 1980, about the time Project Censored was starting, the only beer you could get in this country other than imports that didn't taste like Budweiser, or there wasn't any. It was all Budweiser, Coors, General Brewing products. Anchor was the only thing that was distinctly unique at all. And Pearl, which was another form of Budweiser, and Three Kings out of Pennsylvania. There was nothing. We were voided in terms of beer, literally. And now you got microbreweries in every single country, and every single town, every single little village, literally, all over the country. Thousands of microbreweries. If we can do it with beer, we can do it with media.